What's going on, everybody? TheDeadlyRaven here, and today we're going to be talking about the Hardcore Ironman game mode that's coming out on Old School RuneScape on November 10th, which is about a week away from today. This is something that a lot of members of the community have been looking forward to, so I put this guide together to be a good starting point when you make your Hardcore Ironman account. Now, some things to keep in mind going into this guide is the fact that we only have one life while we're playing as a Hardcore Ironman. Therefore, it is very important that one, we stay safe, so always opt for safer routes. So if you have to run through some high-level monsters, I would recommend you don't do that, because if you die pretty early on, it'd be pretty funny and your account goes to waste. You want to prioritize magic over melee based on the fact that you also get teleports and you can safe spot most bosses. So it's very important that right off the bat you get 25 magic at least, so you can teleport to Varrock City, as well as you can cast some firebolt spells. And also, last but not least, be very careful in the wilderness. I know a lot of accounts like to go to lava dragons right off the bat and get some early prayer levels and magic experience, but unfortunately, I mean, you can take that risk if you want, but you might want to play it safe due to the fact that if you die right off the bat again, what's the point, right? So be very careful in the wilderness, because no item in there is worth it. Everything that you can get out there can also be found at somewhere else in the game, which I'll be tackling on in this guide later on. Now, like every good account, we need to create some short-term goals and some long-term goals. So there's nothing crazy here, but we need to have food and money. And also, what I'm going to throw into the mix for this guide is the RD Cloak 1. This cloak gives you a prayer bonus, magic attack bonus, as well as allows you to teleport to the city of ARDOUGNE. So later on, this is going to be very important when we decide to quest, and if we ever need to go back to that city to get cakes, we have a very fast way to get there, as opposed to running around all of Gielinor. Alright, so getting started. Once you finish Tutorial Island, you'll spawn in Lumbridge, and what you're going to do there is you're going to deposit all your items in the bank except for your coins, and you're going to thieve men until you get 260 gold, ensuring that you're also level 5 plus in thieving. You're going to walk south of the castle, and you're going to buy a steel woodcutting axe from Bob for 200 gold. Then you'll walk west to Port Sarim and take the boat to Karamja, which is another 30, and then walking across the entire island, you're going to take the boat to ARDOUGNE for 30 gold. So your entire 260 gold has gone to waste. Now, getting into the city of ARDOUGNE, we have two options. We can continue with questing, or we can continue going to WINTERTODT to get 99 fire making. And I'll be showing you guys both methods that I use here on screen, and you can choose accordingly which one you want to do. Both will help you level up your account efficiently. There's just pros and cons to each method. And we'll be starting off here with option 1, which is continue questing. Alright guys, so once you get to ARDOUGNE, what you're going to do is you're going to steal cakes until you get to 20 thieving. And then you're going to complete 3 quests, which will go in this order: Monk's Friend, Sea Slug, and Sheep Herder. Sea Slug will give you a high enough fishing level to start catching trout right away, and Monk's Friend will allow you to use that steel woodcutting axe. Sheep Herder will give you gold that you can use to buy more items later on, which we'll need as the account progresses. You'll have completed 3 quests at this point, and you'll want to also start Dwarf Cannon and Waterfall quest while you're still in the RD area, which are both northwest of this location. So then you want to go to Varrock, and you want to go do the Stronghold of Security and get your 10,000 gold with the cakes that you stole, and that way you'll have 13,000 GP going into the completion of Gertrude's Cat. Then you want to go to the magic shop in Varrock again, and you want to buy 100 earth and water runes, 500 mine runes, and 1,000 air runes. These are going to be spells that we're going to be using for our quests in the next section. Now that we bought all the runes that we need for our next section here, we're going to be doing a lot of fighting. So we're going to teleport to the fishing trawler and complete Fight Arena, which is right west of the area, for some nice attack experience. Then we're going to go up to the RD Monastery, which is a little bit north of here, as you can see on the mini-map, and we're going to kill the imps until we get a yellow, a black, a red, and a white bead, which we're really going to be using for the imp catcher quest when we go back to Lumbridge. Then you're going to complete the Waterfall quest and the Tree Gnome Village quest, always safe spotting the bosses with the runes that we have. You're going to go back to RD with your level 20 thieving, and you're going to thieve silk until you have 40,000 experience. You're going to sell it 30 minutes later, so in the meantime, I would recommend doing a quest like the Hazel Cult, all the Tribal Totem. Those will just give you a little bit of money and more thieving XP. I'll talk about later on why we're stopping at this level. Alright, so quick checklist. Make sure you've completed the 7 quests on screen before we move on with this guide. Now, this is what you would do instead if you got to ARDOUGNE and wanted to do method 2, which would be 99 fire making first. Now, when we get to ARDOUGNE, we're going to get 300 to 400 cakes and grab a spade from Edmund's house, as well as doing most of the easy diary requirements except for the rusty sword and the one that includes quests, which would be Plague City and Biohazard. You can complete the Sheep Herder quest because we need the gold for our WINTERTODT guide, as well as getting the pieces for the Clue Hunter outfit. That's what the spade is for. So the first thing up from the Clue Hunter outfit pieces, we're going to be getting the gloves, the boots, and the cloak. We can find the gloves and the boots together southwest of the Fishing Guild around the Sheep Herder quest. And we can find the cloak south of the Yannel Bank, which is very close to the Sea Slug quest. So I recommend having your spade in your inventory when you do both of these quests. Option 1 and 2 of this next portion of the guide are completely up to you. If you don't want to do the Sheep Herder quest, you can go to Camelot and complete the Murder Mystery quest instead. Then you're going to teleport home to Lumbridge and you're going to cut oaks and willows until you get 50 fire making by burning them as you go. This is going to be a bit of a grind, but we need at least 50 fire making to enter the grounds of Wintertodt. Then you're going to go head to Falador and buy a house for 1,000 gold. And then from there, that's when the real fun starts. We're going to be heading south to Falador and into Port Sarim in the farthest southeastern dock. That's going to take us to the ZEAH continent, and then when we head west between the Shazian house and the Archaeus house, we'll find the digging spot for the next Clue Hunter piece, which is going to be the chest piece. Once we have all 4 pieces, we can start heading north to Wintertodt. Being a 10 health brand new account, the maximum hit that you can get at Wintertodt is 2. And with the cake that you'll have, which heals 12, you can be there for quite some time and you'll have very cheap food to go through. You also will be getting close to 300k fire making XP per hour at higher levels, and you'll have access to some rare rewards such as the Tome of Fire, the Dragon Woodcutting Axe, and your first elusive pet, which is the Phoenix Fire Pet. You also will get a fire making cape here, which will give you a really nice defense bonus, and we can kind of postpone the Ardy Cloak at first. After about 30 hours of playtime, you'll have your first 99, and now it's important that we target the next things for our account, which will be getting a full rogue's outfit, which will give you double pickpocketing loot, which includes money, runes, and seeds. Full graceful will allow you to run the game a lot quicker, so you don't have to walk everywhere. And then 99 thieving will give you close to 10 million gold, which will possibly be doubled by the full rogue's outfit the sooner you get it. You need at least 50 agility and 50 thieving to get full rogues, and you will get full graceful around 55 to 60 agility. So I strongly recommend you do both and get both outfits out of the way before you start playing on the account for other things. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, add me in game on either my regular Ironman account or after November 10th on my Hardcore Ironman account, or leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll make sure to get back to you so we all have solid accounts and nobody dies right off the bat. Thanks for watching this video, guys. November is going to be a really busy month for this channel with Hardcore Ironman coming out as well as Modern Warfare Remastered. So make sure you stay up to date by hitting that subscribe button on screen. And if you have Instagram, hit me up on Instagram.com/TheDeadlyRaven. I'll be posting a lot of selfies and more fun pictures here and there. I'll catch you guys in the next video, so make sure you watch because I'll be watching you.